Hello, my darlings. Welcome to Becoming Abundant Podcast, the space where God and growth align, hosted by Anna Maria Jinga. This is the number one movement for freedom of the mind and heart. Let's start the conversation. Hello, my darlings. Welcome to another powerful, beautiful, magnificent, and fabulous week here on the Becoming Abundant podcast with your host, Anna Maria Jinga. I have something to talk to you guys about today, and I'll just get through all the intros straight to the point. Do you know that saying that you don't need to be available for everyone in order to meet the right people? I can confirm to you that's the case. I want to talk more about this today. More and more, this year has taught me that the less available I am for everyone, the more concentrated my messages, the more concentrated my energy is. And not because God is telling us to not let people in, but because it's really important for us to put boundaries around who actually has access to us. One big truth, and I actually wrote this on a post in my Instagram channel today. One big truth that I've learned this year is that not everyone has access to me, and that itself is a blessing. Not because I want to not be accessible, but because I'm not for everyone, and not everyone can and will or could understand everything I stand for. Not everyone has the ability to hold space for my truth, for my mission, for my growth. And I remember a time in my life, quite recently, quite a few years ago, where that was not the case. I was available for everyone. I was trying to fit in. I was trying to spread out myself to everyone and anyone who was available to see me. And it wasn't until recently when I realized that the thing about that is it draws every essence completely out of you. You're like a sponge that has been wrung out dry. However, would you be able to offer someone healing and love and compassion from a place of being completely dried out? It's not the case of the empty cup. We're talking about how much we sometimes believe, and especially as women, we're allowed to believe and trained to believe that we need to be everything for everyone at all times, when that's not the case. I do not need to be everything for everyone, because not everyone is everything for me. I do not need to be the go-to for every person when it comes to being coached through something, when it comes to being led through an experience, when it comes to having support for something. If you're not in my inner circle, it means that there's something that we haven't fully aligned on. And that's the thing. You can be an acquaintance, you can be a friend, but if you're not in my inner circle, it's the boundary that I've learned to put up for myself and also for those in my inner circle that get to benefit from a rested, happy, aligned, concentrated version of me. I'm no longer watering myself down. And this is a truth that I've been living in for the past probably 2 years, more anchored in. It's a truth that I've been working through getting to it for the past probably 6 years. And it's a truth that I've dreamed about achieving for over 15 years. And it only came to my realization these past 2 weeks that I'm already here and I'm living it and I'm consciously choosing it. And it only came to my realization today that I need to share this with you because someone somewhere here that's listening to this podcast needs the reminder that the watered down version of you doesn't have the value that you're craving. Sit with that for a moment. The watered down version of you doesn't have the same value that you are craving to achieve. Doesn't. It cannot. The watered down version of you is constantly seeking more, seeking attention instead of honoring value. It's seeking to be seen instead of being comprehended. It's wanting to be accepted, to fit in, to be the little piece of a big puzzle instead of honoring that you are the creator of that puzzle. Now, my loves, that doesn't mean that I'm saying we're God. Far from it. But we forget one big thing. The seed that is planted within us is the seed of God. Being humble in our truth and honoring our power is paying respect to who God made us to be. You cannot accept yourself as a watered down version of you just because this world has taught you that you need to be everything for everyone. This world is not everything for you. Think about it. Sit with it for a moment. Is this world eternal? Nope. Is this world forgiving your sins? No. It is having a big magnifying glass on every possible mistake that you're having. Is this world accepting of you for who you are no matter what? No, it is not. So why would you be everything for this world when the world is not everything for you? Another big realization that I've had is the truth that we speak, when we speak it from our heart, not from our emotions, from our heart. And I'll get into that in a little bit. The truth we speak from our heart is the truth that will bother people, and that's okay. Because the truth that speaks from the heart will speak to their heart as well. But if they're not fully aligned with their heart, they will feel like you're trying to cancel them out, trying to attack their identity. It will have nothing to do with you. You keep shining that light and speaking that truth. Now, the difference between living from your heart and living from your emotions is that emotions are the reactions of something outside of us. The heart is the space where we get to feel the connection. It's the space and the filter that we get to feel when something is right or something is off. It's the space where we get to have that inner, full body, full mind, full heart knowing if something is yes or no. The heart is not your emotion, but your emotion can live in your heart. That's the thing. The heart is the umbrella that holds everything together. The emotion is just a component of that umbrella. So, with that idea in mind, when's the last time you literally allowed yourself to not feel triggered by something that was going on in your life? And coming from a place of honoring your truth, that you are enough. That you are enough and you are valuable and you are worthy and you are loved. When that is your truth, how will you show up for things in life? How will you address situations? How will you make decisions? One of the biggest things that I've been working with my clients lately is we forget what our power lies within. Our power lies in honoring the truth outside of the fear, honoring the truth outside of the noise. We know how to heal, how to let go, how to grow out of things, but we forget we know. we forget we are capable of knowing how to make the next steps, because it's always a choice. So, circling back a little bit around leading from the heart, what have you been shying away from lately that has been keeping you away from being your true self? Sometimes we find blame in all sorts of things. Sometimes we find blame in our circumstances, in our environments, in a choice we made in the past, in a choice we didn't make in the past, in people that we have around us, in people that we don't have around us, in people that we have access to, in networks that we don't yet have access to, in financial resources, in lack of financial resources. We can always find excuses. But is that what we really want to stop us from doing what we are meant to be doing here? Just an excuse. I can tell you for a fact, and I'll give you an example. If you don't have money for a haircut or a massage or getting a facial or buying yourself maybe a coffee or something like that, if you don't have money to treat yourself to something, a type of service that is self-care, but you get to connect with a friend that is offering that service, think of this small thing. What if you're able to bring some form of service back to that friend and make a barter? That's one way to become resourceful. Sharing what you know with sharing what they know and coming to an agreement that you can help each other. Same goes for everything. Everything that you want to make happen can be on the other side of not having money yet. Everything. You want to learn how to write a book? Go online. Spend your time there. Research practices. Find someone that can teach you and give something back. That's it. We forget how simple it is for us to connect from a place of, let me help you while you're helping me, so that we can both grow together, shoulder to shoulder. I love that saying. My mentor has that saying, and she says it so beautifully. We forget that we're meant to do things together, honoring each other, bolstering each other, growing each other, shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand. Let's build, let's grow. I'll help you with this, you help me with that, let's grow. The thing is, that's why there's so much disconnect in social media right now. It's not because we don't have access to people, it's because we don't know how to communicate with people anymore. Going back to living and speaking our truth from our heart, we don't build that anymore. That's something that I've noticed lately, and I'm part of the Tony Robbins community, and we just had a beautiful in-person event this past week. I wasn't there, but a lot of my friends were. And I can assure you that because I'm in that community and I was cheering on my friends' posts, sharing all the fun things that they've been doing, I'm getting so much interaction with people that don't know me, have no idea who I am, but they want to sell their services or share their insights to prove to me that they know more and they want to help me while I pay them. They have no idea who I am. And that in itself, if you know me personally, you know what I mean. They don't know what my implication in that world is and how deep that implication is. They don't realize that they're trying to sell to someone under the pretense of, let's become friends, and then completely cold sell on 3-4 questions asked about me. What do you do? What did you believe about that? was your big takeaway from the event? Let's connect. Oh, I'm doing this. Is this your first time doing it? So much nonsense that leads them constantly free for answers deep into. So I'm hosting this free masterclass now, and after that, actually, if you want to work with me, these are some ways that you can do that. People have lost their minds. Let's go with that, because I promised myself that I will speak my truth no matter what. People have lost their minds, and they're so dependent and desperate to make a quick buck without actually making a connection, a true connection. A simple text to someone that you don't know, that is in a community that you have never engaged with in your life, and just selling to them like that. Is that how you want your clients to be? Complete strangers that you have no connection and no rapport with? God, that would drive me crazy. But that's the case. There is so much disconnect because people made money their God. And I said this on a story today in my Instagram. Anyone in this world can make money, but not everyone makes money. And sit with that for a moment. Anyone in this world can make money, but not everyone makes money. Because not everyone knows how to make money. Not everyone has the ability to understand that money is a resource that will get you what you want. But in order to have money, you need to be able to hold the vision of what you want. Nothing else. Why do you want money? Because money is such a massive umbrella concept. Why do you actually want money? For freedom, I'm hearing this a lot. For power of choice, I hear this a lot. What kind of money do you want? Do you want money in the bank? Do you want money in assets? Do you want money from clients that are coming in? Do you want passive income? Do you want active income? Do you want to be part of a community? Do you want to have gold or diamonds? Or what money do you want? Most of the time when I ask my clients this, they don't know where to even begin, because there's this ingrained message in our minds that we need to just want money. That's how everyone works. Money makes the world go round. But funny enough, if you have the right circles, and if you have the right heart, and if you have the right alignment, your dream-like experiences can come to you without even the money. Your expectations of how life should be, maybe you're already living in them, and you are blinded by the fact that a certain sum of money is not there yet. So I couldn't possibly live a life of freedom and happiness right now if I don't have that. I remember when I first made my 5K month. I have to tell you, I was so deep in the concept of I need to make money, that I was not tracking how much I was making. And I missed 3 months of constant, consistent 5Ks. And I was like, oh my God, if I would only make 5Ks. And I sat myself down and I told myself, Anna, let's track every money that's coming in and see how much you're making. For the past 3 months, since that moment, I was making 5K, 6K, and 650. That was my growth. And I was missing it because I was so focused on the noise that was telling me I need to make money, money, money. And I was missing the actual money that I had. The actual goal that I set at the beginning of that year, to be like, oh, I would love to make in my business right now 5K months, solid months where things are simple. And I was missing it because what doesn't get measured gets missed. That's the thing. What you don't measure, you will miss. So if money is a goal of yours, I invite you to ask yourself this. What is behind that goal? What do you actually want? Put them all down on paper. And after that, give yourself a very true number that will be able to hold that for you. You might be surprised how quickly freedom can be achieved when you have an idea of what you actually need and want. The moment I started tracking my money income, I realized that it's not money I was after. And it wasn't freedom either. It was impact. It was bringing freedom to others because I was already living in it. It was realizing that my power lies in my power of choice and my power of influence. My power doesn't lie in whatever money I make. I was able to be completely free to say no to things that just didn't make sense anymore for me. And yes to things that still kept me in the hustle and grind because it helped me build character. The thing is, we forget that life doesn't have to be easy to be simple. Life doesn't have to be easy to be fulfilling. And life doesn't have to be easy to be enjoyed. Something that's easy gets boring really fast. But something that helps you grow, something that helps you work a little bit for it, work a little bit more for it. When you achieve that it feels so rewarding. God didn't put that dream in your hand and in your heart and in your mind because He wants you to achieve it in 3 simple steps. He wants you to grow to become the person that can have that dream in order to then offer that dream to others. How would you be able to hold that dream if you can barely hold a vision of you having that dream? So, my loves, I'll leave you with a homework. Think of the dream that you want to have, that you want to live into, be it career, family, financial, whatever. And I'm not joking when I say this. Do everything in your power to help yourself visualize that identity of yours as you step into the one who has that dream already. Get cutouts from magazines, get a Pinterest vision board, get quotes from the Bible, quotes from books, quotes from everywhere, words, affirmations, ideas that help you become that. And my homework for you is put all of that together, give it a name, and hold that vision. Every day, go revisit that vision. Feel as that person feels. Speak as that person speaks. Know what that person knows. Learn what that person doesn't know. Become her or him more and more and more every day. And then come back to me and tell me in a couple of months how you feel doing that. I can assure you your life is going to change one single visualization at a time. Because it's not just what we want to see with our inner eyes, it's what our body gets to incorporate and align with when you see it in your mind. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Share this with a friend. Don't keep it to yourself. Your friends need to grow as much as you do. That's why I'm offering all of this insight, all of these nuggets of wisdom for free, because I want you to be better and to grow. I want you to be the version of yourself that can handle all of this and make it happen for you and others. Because the world needs you. God needs you to step into your mission. Your environment needs you. Your family needs you. And because you deserve it. You deserve to be the version of you that you were meant to be. So, my loves, until next week, my fabulous darlings, remember to stay salty and bright and fabulous and amazing. I love you. Bye now.